Day 3 started off with my favorite place in the whole entire trip and also my favorite place in the whole entire Jeju-do, OEDOLGAE. Well, OEDOLGAE is just one rock, I think, but it wasn't my favorite. It was the walking trails around it because they looked so unreal. It was all so picturesque and the scenery just looked as if it was edited in. The colors were literally unreal. The greenery was muted and the colors looked so pretty, and with the perfect cool spring weather, it just felt as if the stars were aligned. Other than the walking trails, you can get to enjoy the picture perfect sea view with the wind in your face. Wow. We didn't plan to come here. Our tour guide recommended it to us and it was the best recommendation ever. Also, there were graves in the area and what can I say, these people chose the perfect spot. I remember seeing one on the edge of the cliff overlooking the sea view. Wow, kind of ignited my greed to be buried there after I die. Anyway, here is the OEDOLGAE itself, a lonely rock. There are also people fishing on the cliff. Like, how did they even get there? They are literally living on the edge of life. The cool weather and the perfect scenery just made me so happy. The best moment of my entire trip. Then we went to our next attraction, the daepo jusangjeolli cliff. It is made of volcanic rocks. It was really underwhelming. Before I went there, I was so excited to visit this because of how pretty it looked in pictures. But when you reach there, it's a little bit, you know. Oh, and we went hiking in Hallsan. I didn't plan to go there, but we went there. The view was pretty much the same on the hike. The greenery was really pretty though, although it was mostly the same. And guess who wears a suit as a hiking attire? Not me! We originally planned to make it up to, I think, the halfway mark, but this footage is not taken by me because I gave up halfway before we could reach the halfway mark. Hiking is just not my thing. But looking at the footage my sister took, wow, it is indeed very pretty. I mean, what is that circle of sky in the middle of clouds? What's that? Through these footage, I guess I can see why people like mountain hiking, and also the weather was really good. It was a really good day for hiking, by the way. There was also an area where you can clean your shoes before and after you hike to protect the environment and also clean the dirt off your shoes. And then we drove past this mysterious road. According to visitjeju.net, it earned its name because when you place a car on this steep road, the car does not roll down but it goes up, defying gravity. This is actually an optical illusion in which the surroundings trick the eye and make the road look like it is tilted in the opposite direction. Yeah. The weather was so bad, so we couldn't see anything. And then we had some kosari yukejang for lunch. More on that on the shorts, but the sundae here was divine. I love it. We then took a drive to the Cheonnong Road Cherry Blossom Street. It was so pretty. There was a cherry blossom festival coming up in a few days and they were just preparing for it. Festivity mood. We also went to a bagel shop called Bloom Bagel. Their bagels were great. I am a huge bagel lover. We also went to a really cute and pretty select shop on that day, and also a very nice smelling soap shop, which I totally regret not buying their hand cream. But more on that on the shorts, man. Oh, and we still had some time and our tour guide suggested us this bridge and we were like, sure, let's go check that bridge out. It was just a very short bridge, but the weather was the best. It was so cool and so chilly. Oh my god. It made this bridge one of my other favorite places in Jeju, although it was only a short walk. Needless to say, there were canola fields everywhere. I love canola fields. You already know that. We also visited this rock that looks like a dragon's head. Pretty interesting. On the way back to our new Airbnb, we drove past the very famous, I guess, Rainbow Bridge? No, it's Rainbow Walk. And then we arrived at our stay for the next 2 days, the Hannok. Yeah, it's just called the Hannok. It is a very pretty traditional Korean house and I had fun living there. It sleeps 4, 2 sleep on the floor while the other 2 sleep on the bed. The heating though, it was a little bit crazy. It was a little bit uneven because it made use of, I think, some traditional heating methods. Toilet was pretty okay, but as someone who lives with a rain shower, I didn't like that there wasn't a rain shower in the toilet here. There was also a traditional living space area where you get to experience sitting on the floor like how people did in the olden days. I tried sleeping on the floor and it was an experience. By the way, there was a tea plantation outside the Hannok. Oh my god, talk about views. You don't even need to go to Osulok for this. Look at that huge tea plantation. You have that view all to yourself. Since it was an organic tea plantation, we were warned about the bugs, but the view was still so calming and soothing. You can see and hear the planes go past because the area was near the airport, and there was also a swing in the yard. The swing and the view were great, but if I were to be realistic about it, we didn't really make much use of it because we were out most of the time, and when we got back it was already dark, so it was quite a pity. But it's great if you're the kind of person who gets up really early in the morning and you still have a lot of time before you start your day. Oh, did I mention that they use firewood to heat the traditional heating? That was so cool. You literally get to experience traditional living. There was also a cafe right beside the hanok, and the drinks they served was so good. They used the tea from the tea leaf plantation. You will love it if you are a tea person like me. They have all sorts of tea: yellow tea, black tea, red tea, and even blue tea. What's that? Not sure if there was really blue tea, but there was a variety. There was even some tea in the hanok for you to try out if you were staying there. We went to the JEJU shopping district at night. What can I say? It was a little bit deserted. There were hardly anyone there. Maybe because it was a weekday. The streets were huge. There were so many shops, but it was all empty and it was quiet. It felt kinda weird. Okay, to be fair, there were still some people, but looking at the footage, you get the drift. With more walking and discovering, we somehow found ourselves at the JEJU Black Pork Street, which we did not intend on going. We tried out the Black Pork BBQ restaurant that the owner of our first Airbnb recommended to us. I'm not a fan of pork, but everyone else was, and they said it was so good. To me, it just tasted mediocre. Ended the night off at Dongmun Market with some really cute performances by some of the stall vendors. Day 4 vlog in another video because too much footage. Thanks for watching, bye!